How was the speech out there? Good.
Yeah, I feel good. You know, myself, I don't feel I'm normally speaking is not my thing, but content is my thing. If I feel very content about what I deliver, I come with natural, with energy, with confidence, and that usually come across. So this one, indeed, I'm super confident about the content.
What did you talk to people about out there?
Really it's about innovations. What are the innovations I see in payFi? And the innovations you can do to make payFi to be able to bring so much transformation to what we do, our life. And then some of the innovations that everybody in the industry has already started, but there are 3 key innovations that Huma has identified as strategically important for the entire industry, but not enough talking about it. Then I put it on stage, our game plan for it. So that internal drive get me excited every day, share on stage about it. That feels good.
So before we talk about these innovations,
Yep.
Who are you?
Who are you? That's so interesting when you ask me who are you, and when I first meet with Miao, Jupiter's founder, and after a few sentences, Erbo was talking why he decided to team up with me to do this. Miao was asking me, who are you? So I'm Rechard Liu, co-founder of Huma Finance, and super excited, every day passionate about building payFi and using it to transform global payments.
What is payFi? If you're in your Uber driver with your Uber driver coming here and he asks you what is this payFi thing, what do you tell him?
For Uber driver, but let me first of all, let's say, for crypto people first, then I switch to Uber driver. How about that? Buy me a few seconds for that question.
Think about it.
So payFi is really about connecting payments with liquidity using blockchain technologies so that you can accelerate the money movement at a global scale. If you unpack it, it's really, you think about all the payments, actually most of them requires liquidity. The payments companies, if you're asking them what's one thing they're short of, is liquidity. And it's very, very hard for them to get it because they have to go to sourcing liquidity in different fiat. That's a pain. And then if you use payFi, you provide liquidity to them using blockchain. It's at a scale much simpler for them. So that's where very, very powerful. If you talk about Uber folks, is that let's think about the payFi. It's more like a car moving around, and whenever you need gas, it's on demand, automatically give to you. Then that allows you to be able to drive without stopping. Right? Even electric car, you don't have to stop there to charge. On the road, automatically charge for you. That's speed. So payFi is make payments so that feel like they get constantly juiced with liquidity, and then they don't have to stop by the SWIFT or intermediary banks here and there. Everything just moves.
Can you give some example? This was a very good analogy, by the way.
I created on the fly.
Very good, very good. Can you explain today how it works in the normal world and what the problems are?
Yep.
And then say, oh, look, with blockchain, this is how it changes everything.
So let's think about today. I, as a business, needs to send money from US. Well, here we are in Singapore. So let's talk about, I'm in Singapore. I need to send the money to Africa. I can go through traditional SWIFT. Go through layer of intermediate bank. Take 3 or 4 days for the money to reach the destination country, and it's damn expensive. So a lot of times I have to go to a payments company, and I give the money to them. They will send the money to my destination on the same day. But how do they do that? Because they cannot go through the SWIFT route. What they do, they find a partner in the destination country. They lock in pre-funding money. Basically, they will go to that country, source the fiat money, put in that account. Don't use it. Whenever I need to settle, you use that money to settle. So that is highly inefficient. In the world, over $4 trillion locked into all kinds of pre-funding accounts. That's damn waste, damn expensive. So what payFi does, especially the powerful use cases that we have been doing in Huma, enable all those companies, hey, you don't need to worry about it. Delegate those pre-funding thing to us. Whenever you need it, Ask us, we will use a stable coin, wire blockchain, send your destination in split seconds. That's what payFi can do. That's where make it, free all those guys from very burdensome pre-funding thing. We provided them liquidity on demand. That's powerful.
You mentioned three main opportunities. What are they?
Those ones, so what I'm talking about, that's a much broader, think about. So payFi is successful. That's on the business side. Then let's look at who are the investors. So the LP providers to our protocol today, when people come to any human protocol or other payFi or other RWAs, they deposit the money into the pools. Then you get the money, you deposit into those the payment use case I just described. You generate yield, you charge a fee for payments, right? So then you generate yield from the real world. Then you pass on that yield back to the liquidity providers.
The yield would be what? The fee?
Fee.
So
yes.
the yield is the fee paid.
Correct. So, but today, for example, you come to Huma, you will get 9% stable yield plus, if you don't do any lock. If you do locks, it will be much higher. 9% plus 3% Huma incentives. But underlying, we charge 5 to 10 bips a day for every dollar we lend to them. So you do that conversation, we probably make somewhere 15-20% annualized APY. Then we give a portion to the LT provider. Sorry, I did not answer your question. I just want to give a little bit background. Otherwise, it's harder for me to explain the real problem. So the challenge is number one. Okay, once you initially get going here, next wave, you want to get all the traditional money, the TradeFi big dollar come in, then that means you have to build something so powerful that TradeFi unable to match. There is something that payFi and DeFi together can do. That's called looping. Looping. That TradeFi is not able to do. How does it work? You deposit some USDC into Huma, you get your PST, payFi strategy token. You get that one is your token of your receipt of deposit. But normally in a TradeFi, your transaction over. You can't do anything about it. Even in DeFi, you can use our PST to do some other things. But looping is allow you use that PST as collateral, go to borrow more money, and then come back to deposit into Huma again. And then you just repeat that process many, many times. Of course, using programmatically, we can do it just one click, you finish everything. That allows you continue to use your capital in a much more efficient way.
So on the top of the 10% or 9% yield, I can use this deposited money token to do something else.
Not
at
only
the same time as I'm making
you borrow
the yield.
money, then yes, that's right. That's called composability with other DeFi. But one particular use case is you borrow money, deposit into Huma again, you borrow again, and deposit again. If we use it, let's say there is a term called LTV. Basically, every time if you have $100 PST, how much you can borrow? Assuming you can only borrow 80% of it, that's called 80%. If your borrowing cost on EVM and Solana generally about 6.5%. So if you repeat that process, you're going to get 19% stable yield plus about 15% human incentive. So adding together well over 30%. Then if you're able to push the LTV to be 90%, you're going to see way higher because you get much higher leverage. That's number one. So looping, you can build something that's much powerful that TradeFi people, even if they want to do it, they cannot do it because everything in there is not programmatic. It's not through smart contract. They cannot match it. So that's powerful. That's number one thing I talked. The second one is, okay, people would say, looping, man, that's good. However, if something goes wrong, what happens? How about a cascading effect? Right? We have seen that in the past. No matter it's Luna or FTX, we have seen that. How do you build enough protection? That's concept we talk about. Huma payFi reserve. So that reserve would offer us more like insurance. If something goes wrong, that reserve covers the default to shield the entire ecosystem from it. So that's the reserve portion, which requires a little bit more extra separate. And I don't want to make one answer too long, but that is a very, very interesting concept for us to do.
And the third one?
The third one is the industry is really struggling with, because crypto industry, either your project does not do anything, you just have narrative, then the demand is high. But a lot of projects, they make money, they're very healthy projects, nobody wants their token. Basically, there is a disjoint gap between your protocol growth and token demand. How can you bridge the gap? If your protocol growth drives demand for your token, that means if your protocol, to best take advantage of whatever your protocol has to offer, if I want to get the best out of it, if I need to supply or lock in some of your token into it, then naturally you have your protocol growth drive the number of stake in the token as well. So you bring these two worlds together.
Can you give me a concrete example with maybe, for example, Jupiter or whatever? Because I'm trying to.
This is what I'm talking about. Exactly, Convex did.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can you give an example, like, so someone who doesn't know even what Convex is, like what happened, what they did, and how it kind of changed the game for this protocol doing well, but token not necessarily kind of dynamic? You're solving?
Let me just simply using Huma as an example. Huma, when we design, if you deposit dollar into the system, and then if you get one PST, if you at the same time you stake 3 Huma, you get the most optimized outcome. So if you have $1,000, if you purely deposit into PST, the amount of yield you get will be less than if you deposit $900 into PST. Remaining $100 you buy Huma token, stake it. The second combo is based on the protocol design, give you better yield. So the third one is, how do you build a product, encourage everybody to take advantage of that design? When people take advantage of that design, you naturally to say, the more deposit, then you have more stake in token. When you have more stake in token, your demand naturally becomes stronger.
Give me some bullish things about the next couple of years in the payFi sector, because it feels like it's a very kind of new thing. I thought people are probably not very aware of it.
Yeah, so it's new, but it's grew very fast. It's grew because there are several reasons. Number one, as I already mentioned, there is so strong demand. What the payments company wanted, and almost everybody is talking to us. And then you talk about all the major players, Visa, MasterCard, PayPal, everybody is moving. So the industry is moving, right? So, so that's number one. Number two, the regulation is really just, Genius Act indeed enabled a lot. After Genius Act, more and more companies are talking to us. Because everybody feel if they don't take action now, they will become obsolete. I really feel if a payment company, no matter how big you are, if you don't act on blockchain or stablecoin today, in 5 years, you will become history. So because of that, everybody is moving. So you're going to see accelerated growth. Even Huma itself, our growth is accelerating month by month. And that's why I feel very, very excited. And like I mentioned earlier, today, cross-border payments all take 3 or 4 days. T+3, T+4 is norm. In 5 years, T+0 will be the mainstream.
T+0.
Yes.
That's Uma's goal.
Yes. Our goal every day, I get up, think about it, T+0. If I can make the global payments mostly T+0, I think it's worth for the life.
And this, you think, is going to take 5 years?
5 years, it will start to become norm. Then from norm to almost all of them adoption, it will take even longer. It's hard to pinpoint exactly how long it is. Just like a lot of times, we overestimate how quick an innovation just play out. We also underestimate in a relatively longer horizon how powerful a transformation of innovation is.
Yeah, absolutely. We always look back and think, oh wow, like.
It usually takes the time actually in the middle. But it's hard to pinpoint exactly how long it takes.
Thank you so much, Richard, for explaining us that.
Yep.
How was that?
Totally
easy. Easy, no?
I don't know, man. I think I did okay because you directly jump into advanced questions. I was a little bit worried we did not lay out enough background. Maybe other people get other background covered. So I directly get into some advanced question about the payFi. Honestly, in industry, not too many people think about it. And once I share it, many people say, wow,
Yeah,
that's
absolutely.
powerful.
I feel the problem in this industry is there is so many things. It's kind of like you don't know where to look at.
Yeah.
And there is a lot of crap.
Yeah.
Right. So at some point you can start to disqualify too many things, right?
Yep.
And you're like, oh shit, actually there's like serious people doing some really cool and useful things. Absolutely.
Yeah.
You need to get to those people, like, and that's what we do. We're like, how do we help filter the noise and the signal from the noise?
I think good things that everybody you're talking to today fall into that bucket.
Yeah.
It's just people like me, honestly, I don't care a shit about a bunch of others. Most of the things on crypto trader, I really only care about.
Oh, nonsense.
Yeah. Just like I talk on stage, I'm from Silicon Valley. My blood is just flooded into think about what innovation, what kind of positive innovation they have done, what I can learn from it, and so that I can drive even more innovation.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
That's the very Silicon Valley. How did you meet Erbil? Because he was like Facebook and Silicon Valley kind of.
Yeah. He and I were in the same company before. Are we still recording?
Well, I think we're, so it's good.
Why don't
we're still
keep it?
recording, right?
Yeah. If this is good, maybe we cut some of this.
No, I think it's good actually.
Yeah.
No, it's good.
Yeah. So he and I used to work in a company together called Earn. That company is one of the largest fintech companies in the United States. Every year they lend out about over $100 billion. It's a lot of origination. Help the people who live paycheck by paycheck to borrow money so that they can better support their life and without being forced to pay high fees. And so he was a chief product officer. I was a chief technology officer. So we just fight together every day and to bring the best product to users. So we respect each other. Then later on, he almost joined Circle as a chief product officer. I referred them to Circle because my close friend is their CTO. She asked me for a referral. I referred. After I referred, something hurting me. I debugged it. Holy crap! I want to do a company with this dude. I called him. Hey, Erbil, have you decided yet? He said, almost. Then I said, let me make it more complicated for you. Let's add one more option. Let's do a company together.
Nice one.
That's how we started to do human finance.
When was that?
2022.
Okay.
April 2022.
That was 3 years ago.
Yeah. Immediately after, we went to East Denver, did a hackathon. I was managing pretty large teams. I did not write a code for a few years. Learned smart contract. Erbil and I cranked it together, coded some kind of hack. Four of us built something, and we won the DeFi track. Then we said, oh, something probably is right. Let's go to raise money. We raised money right during Luna collapse. In 2 weeks, we raised money and raised over $8 million. So that's during that time. It was fun.
I hear this story a lot, actually. People kind of always decide to start a company or raise the money like at the kind of, it's not the wrong time, it's just before the wrong time, right? So at least you have some money.
We were very lucky. I always consider our company history, luck. We have been super, super lucky. Yeah. So we got term sheet before Luna collapse, Luna news. We got term sheet before that. We just collect the money during that time. So there is no better time than that.
And you didn't leave the money on FTX.
No, nothing.
So you're good.
Yeah. So we were honestly, pretty good. So had a very good fun. Erbil and I nearly, we know each other. We know what each other can offer. We complement each other, and that worked very well. Like for example, talking to you guys, he's clearly better than me, and he does most of this. I probably do more, inside of the house, trying to think about the product, think about strategy, work with engineering to build it.
Beautiful story. I mean, he was on the podcast with Miao and Cash earlier in January, I think it was.
Yeah, Katstambo.
Yeah, in Katstambo.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
That was great. Thank you.